All right, what's up everybody? It's Ethan here, and as you can see, I'm at the Cascade Lake Trailhead in Yellowstone National Park. So, I am right here, and I'm going to be taking the Cascade Lake Trail, following Cascade Creek to the lake right here. And I could keep going if I wanted to. There's some other lakes and there's plenty of other hiking options in this area. So I'll kind of see how I feel, but I want to hit a lot of other smaller day hikes today. My original plan actually was to take this trail up to the lake and then branch off here and head up to Observation Peak. That was my original plan, which is, as you can see, 9,397 feet. It looks like a beautiful mountain, but it's as you can see, the weather is a little not great today. It's not horrible. They're not calling for thunderstorms, but they're calling for light snow and drizzling rain pretty much all day until about 5 or 6 this afternoon. So, as you can see, I'm in Yellowstone, so of course they got all the warnings about being in grizzly bear country, because this is without a doubt grizzly bear country. And so I'm definitely 100% carrying bear spray on me right now. It is highly recommended. Like, I would honestly never even dream of going on a trail in Yellowstone National Park without having bear spray. But we'll see how this goes. I mean, like I said, you can see it's lightly snowing right now, and there is some freshly fallen snow on the ground, and it's crazy because it's June 22nd. It's the second official day of summer, and I'm hiking in the snow right now. And I'm not even that high up in altitude. I think I'm at like 8,000 feet. But of course, for Yellowstone, 8,000 feet is pretty high up. So yeah, I'm gonna head out to the lake. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit and show you more of this trail. All right, well, I am coming out into a little bit of a clearing here. And as you can see, it's pretty muddy out here. Evidently, it's been raining and snowing for like 2 straight days now. But yeah, this is a pretty cool little spot. It'd probably be a little bit cooler if there was some better views of the mountains that I'm kind of looking at, because you can see up there and over there some mountains, but obviously the fact that it's super cloudy and everything is kind of blocking the views right now. And I'll tell you, man, this trail is just like, it's pretty quiet. I mean, as far as I know, this is a lightly trafficked hiking trail in Yellowstone. Like, anyway, even in like perfect weather conditions, it's still a lightly trafficked hike. But especially today, because because of the snow and everything, there were 2 other cars at the trailhead, and honestly, really, who knows where those people are. They could be doing a backpacking trip and be 20 miles away from here. It would be pretty presumptuous to just assume that they hike to the same lake that I'm going to. But anyway, I'm going to continue to hike in here. I'll get back to you guys in a bit. All right, well, still hiking on the Cascade Lake Trail. And obviously, as you can see, I'm out in this big open meadow back here, and the sun's actually starting to act like it wants to come out a little bit. It's getting brighter out here for sure. It is you know, like slightly concerning to me that there's like no other people out here right now, because the one thing, you know, I've gone solo hiking in Yellowstone before, but you know, generally speaking, when I go on a solo hike out here, I always usually pick trails where there's, you know, plenty of other people, and I don't just feel like I'm out here completely alone. Like, I always know that, you know, if I'm on a hiking trail in Yellowstone, there's gonna be other people, you know, probably within earshot of me at the very least. But out here it feels, I mean, very secluded. There is like really nobody out here. Like I said, there was 2 cars at the trailhead, and the only reason that's concerning is just because, you know, when you're solo hiking, it just kind of adds an extra level of precaution when you're in grizzly country like this, you know, because like in Colorado, Utah, all those places that I go hiking in, I mean, I'm usually not at all concerned with hiking by myself, even in really remote, secluded places. But, you know, here it is a little bit different, so I guess I'll see. I'm gonna keep it going though. Well, I thought I saw an animal from far away, and I didn't know what it was. At first I was like, oh crap, is that a bear? And as I got closer, I realized it is not a bear. It's a bison, just chilling here in the middle of the field, eating grass. It's being pretty calm right now, so I'm not too concerned about it, but I'm definitely gonna go ahead and leave it be, not get anywhere near it. I didn't even realize what it was until I got pretty close to it, because, you know, at first I was like, you know, oh, is it a what was I trying to say? At first I was like, oh, it's a bear, and I got all concerned because I was like, oh my God, I'm running into a grizzly bear out here. And then as I got closer, I was like, could just be a log. And then I got even closer and I was like, oh no, wait, it's a buffalo. It's a bison. That's what it is. So I'm gonna leave it be, but I'm also gonna go ahead and back out of here because there's a lot of bison tracks up ahead, and so there's definitely more of them. And you know, since I'm by myself and everything, I'm just gonna go ahead and clear out of this area and pick a different trail, you know, because I don't want to, like, I mean, if there's one right there and I saw a bunch of tracks, chances are there's more up ahead, and I'd rather just leave them be, you know. That one was being pretty calm, which was cool, but they're not always like that, you know. But I will say this is a beautiful big open clearing out here. It's really cool to hike through here and see this, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. I didn't get to go, you know, I'm not going to go all the way to the lake today. Just like I said, for my safety, I think it would be best if I just went ahead and turned around and didn't, you know, accidentally wander up on like a herd of, you know, 20 or 30 bison. But yeah, it's still really cool out here. And despite the fact that there's all this, you know, that the weather's not great and all that stuff, this is still a cool little hike for sure. And I got to see a bison on the hike, which usually I don't see. Usually I only see them, you know, from the road. There's lots of places you can go in Yellowstone where you can see, you know, huge herds of bison from the road. But it's a pretty cool experience to get to actually see one on a hiking trail, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna start heading back to the trailhead, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Seeing some little pink wildflowers over here. Wildflowers are coming out here in Yellowstone. And there's a lot of birds out here. Seen a lot of birds on this hike so far. Lots of birds and one buffalo. Pretty cool. But yeah, this is actually the trail, like I said, that goes up to Observation Peak. And you know, the weather is improving a little bit, but it's supposed to kind of be like touch and go the whole day. So I'm just gonna, so yeah, like trying to hike up to Observation Peak probably wouldn't have been a good idea anyway today. It's like a 10.5-mile round trip hike, so be out on the trail for a while, totally susceptible to you know, the weather conditions and, you know, muddy, slick trail. And as I get higher up towards the peak, probably run into a decent amount of snow as well. So all right guys, well, I know I said I was turning around, but I changed my mind. I think, you know, a few bison on the trail is a dumb reason to turn around on a hike, and I really want to see the lake, so I'm going to keep heading in. But as you can see up there, there's my friend, the friendly old buffalo, sitting there eating grass. Hopefully he stays friendly, but I am going to veer off the trail a good ways just to avoid any possible negative encounter with him. But yep, there he is. Same spot where I left him. Look at all the yellow wildflowers. Pretty cool. And yeah, you can see the views are opening up quite a bit. And it stopped snowing. It's getting warmer. It's just really muddy now. That's really the only thing. But that's okay. I've done plenty of muddy hikes. Out in a very muddy clearing. Almost to the lake though. It's like right up there. Well, there's the lake. Cascade Lake. And you get a little bit of view of some foothills over here. It's pretty cool. I mean, obviously this isn't some like majestic cirque on the side of a mountain, but this is a cool little spot. And there are a couple of people out here fishing, but it's pretty quiet. It's very muddy out here though. Once you get out into this this open meadow where the lake is. I mean, it's just crazy muddy. You gotta be careful. And you can see here, that's actually a sign for the Observation Peak Trail. It's that way to get up to the summit. Looks like there's some swans in the lake down there. Pretty cool. I mean, just like endless bird sightings on this trail. I've seen lots of ravens, woodpeckers, a couple of hawks. I heard a bald eagle. They make a very distinct sound, but I didn't see it. And now the swans. And then of course that big bison. All right, well, like I showed you, I made it to the lake. There are those two swans way out there. Very beautiful little lake out here in the Yellowstone backcountry. And I'm making some coffee. And also having some almonds. And I'll tell you, here's one positive thing about being out here on a day like today, where it's you know, pretty cold and it was snowing earlier and all that stuff, is that I can tell that this place would be like horrible with mosquitoes if it was like a warm day. I mean, there would be so many mosquitoes out here, and there hasn't been one single bug so far, and I pretty much can entirely attribute that to the weather from earlier this morning where it was snowing. But anyway, looks like my water's getting almost to a boil there, so I'm gonna go ahead and make some coffee. Man, nothing better than a little bit of coffee here at the lake this morning. It's nice and chilly, but that coffee is nice and hot. Very good. Well, I'm gonna sit here, drink my coffee, and enjoy myself for a couple minutes. All right. Well, I'm starting to head back to the trailhead. Still over here by the lake. I've been watching those swans while I was drinking my coffee. They're way over there on the other side of the lake now. I'll tell you something. If you're a bird watcher, or you know, you're fascinated by birds at all, you will love doing this hike. Like, this is I've seen more birds on this hike. I think this is the most birds I've ever seen on a hike since I was in Alaska. It's pretty cool. I saw, I mean, obviously the swans, some of the other, you know, closer to the trailhead, those clearings had a lot of ravens and some hawks, and then that eagle that I heard. And there was a duck swimming out on the lake somewhere. Don't know where he is now. And then also, when I was sitting there, I was sitting there drinking my coffee, and a blue jay landed pretty close to where I was sitting, so that was cool. But yeah, I mean, woodpeckers, like hummingbirds. I've seen so many different kinds of birds out here. It's crazy. So yeah, if you're a bird watcher, if you like that kind of stuff, this would definitely be a good trail to consider hiking if you're out here in Yellowstone. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and focus up a little bit here because I'm crossing through the super marshy, muddy section of this trail, and I'm going to be doing that for a while. So I'll get back to you in a bit. All right, well, up ahead there is that same friendly buffalo from before. I guess he decided to stand up now. He got sick of sitting down. He's standing up and grazing now. And it's interesting because I've seen like tons of bison tracks all over the place out here, but I've only actually seen this one bison out here. But it's pretty cool. There he is. Alright, well, I'm gonna walk. The trail goes a little too close to where he's standing for my comfort. So I'm gonna walk off the trail just like I did the first time and give him space. I've seen this guy 3 times now though. Hasn't moved much. But he is standing up now, so that's something new. Alright, well, I'm about back at the trailhead right now. That was a really cool little hike. I'm glad I ended up deciding to go all the way to the lake and not turn around. And yeah, it was very cool getting to see that bison and all the birds, lots of birds, which was really cool. And just a nice little hike here in Yellowstone. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this hike. I will be doing more hikes here in Yellowstone. I'm going to be here today and tomorrow. And since my original plans to do, you know, one really big hike kind of got canceled, I'm probably going to be trying to hit as many different parts of the park that I can today, and then doing a bunch of, you know, smaller but really awesome hikes. You know, some more trails like this, some geyser basins, stuff like that. And then tomorrow morning, when it's nice and sunny, that's when I'm gonna do, you know, pick some mountain that hopefully doesn't have too much snow on it and hike up that. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll see you on the next one.